Hello guys, welcome to a new video. This is a new series that I'm recording. I'm joining in with Dotty Bee Vintage's advent of Christmas Stitchery, so that's really exciting. She's created an advent for 25 days and she's doing roughly 4 prompts every week. So there'll be 4 prompts every week, and then I think the last 2 weeks have got just 3 prompts, just to kind of make it not so hectic right at the end, more close to Christmas. So this is how I'm going to do mine. She's starting hers on by doing like a bobbin, so having like an old-fashioned wooden bobbin, and then with like a scroll type thing. There are some other people doing slightly different things, like maybe flags or you know, individual things that aren't necessarily all joined together. I know Christine from Create and Craft with Christine, she's doing bunting for hers. I do quite like the idea of bunting as well, but I decided on doing these because it's something that I have been enjoying making recently. So they're kind of those portable little altars, like a stitched altar, and I thought it would really lend itself nicely to this project. So what I've done is I've cut out, this is for my week 1, I've cut out some templates. I've made some, these are my 3 templates that I've made. All slightly different shapes, but they're like the same size. So we've got one that's kind of more rounded, one that's got the sort of flower kind of petal edge, and then one that's a mixture of the both. So the first week's prompts we've got are holly. So I'm using this fabric for holly just as the back, and then I've got like a really nice cotton calico fabric inside. So what will happen is you have all these little sections. So basically you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they fold up like, it will fold up like this, and then you've got your sides, and then you've got your top, and then you've got a nice little packet that you can open, and I'll be embellishing around them. I'll be creating a little fastener, but basically in each section, so each one of these, you can have like little motifs or something that lends itself to that particular prompt. So I use them more as a kind of like set an intention type thing. You know, if you're like working with your chakras, and I really like sort of working with energy healing and things like that, setting intentions. You can use them in lots of different ways. Some people use them in quite a religious way, which is not the way I use them, but I thought this would lend itself really nicely to this little project. And they're also not very big, so they're not going to take too long to make. Obviously you can put as much or as little as you want to in them, but they're just really sweet. So my plan is to bead all around the edge of the outside, and then in each little section, so we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there'll be a little token or a little something small, and I'm going to include writing as well. So prompt 1 is holly, evergreen, or deck the halls. So I might have some writing saying deck the halls. I might have a little fussy cut some holly from some fabric that I've got, or like maybe a little embroidered motif, or I might do some embroidery, that kind of thing. You get the idea. The second prompt is gift. So I'm actually recutting that one out, because I was using this fabric because it's got these lovely cats on, with little presents, little stockings and gift boxes, and I thought they'd be really nice. That would be a really nice backing for that particular prompt. And again, but what I did was I cut it out, and then I started to iron it, because I hate working with creased fabric, and I burnt the fabric, so I just need to cut that one out again, but that's not a problem. So that's prompt 2, which is gift, presents, or giving. And then prompt 3 is peace on earth. So I've chosen this lovely dove fabric. So the words that she gave were peace on earth, dove, calm, robin, bird, blessed, goodwill to all. So I thought that would be a nice backing. I'll show you all the fabrics that I've got, but I just wanted to make a start because I was in London last week and I didn't get to kind of make a start when everyone else did. So there we've got Peace on Earth, and then prompt 4 is Star, Shining Bright, Wonder, Star of Wonder, Merry and Bright and Light. So again, I thought that would be a nice backing for that one. And then I'll be able to add words and little embellishments and embroideries, decorate around the edge, and then I'll create a little fasten. But I think these will be really cute. It's quite a nice idea, and it's a really nice sort of keepsake as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting on with this project. I just wanted to put a little video out there really because I've not recorded one for a while, and I wanted to show you where I'm sort of starting at. So what I'll do is I'll pull out some of the things that I've got. I've got quite a few things, and before we went to London I had a bit of a session having a look through everything that I've got that's of the Christmas ilk and what I might want to use. So let's just have a little look because there's so much here. So these are some kind of more commercial Christmassy fabrics. I've got this nice star one, which is the one that I've picked out for star. I've got this lovely red and cream ticking, that's really nice. This one's a lovely robin. I thought about using that one for the Peace on Earth one because it did, one of the words was robin, but I feel like that would also be quite nice fussy cut out and used in the little altar. This is also a nice one for holly or evergreen. I really like this fabric. I've had this for quite a few years and I've used it quite a lot. This one is a lovely gingham, so it's like a teal. So I'm feeling like my colours are, I really do like traditional, but I like it with a bit of an edge. So red, like you can see, red, gold, tealy green, this kind of mint aqua green. I think you'll get the idea in a minute. This is lovely as well, this kind of ferny fabric print. I don't know if you can see just here, there's a little bit of fluff, and that's from my little cat Bailey, who died a couple of years ago. I keep finding bits of his fur everywhere. It's really sweet, bless him. I have got some of his fur though, but anyway, this is another fabric with holly and then little kind of things that would be cute to cut out. With a little mouse, there's a cat, there's a little robin. He'd be quite cute as a fussy cut item on one of the sides. And then we've got a little sausage dog, another mouse with a little candy cane. They're all really sweet. This is the holly fabric that I chose for my holly one. Really love that. It's kind of abstract, beautiful colours. I like this sort of pinks. It's like traditional, but it's got a bit of an edge to it. That's the dove one that I chose as well. And then this is a Kath Kidston one that I received as part of a swap a few years ago, in an advent swap. That's a very London-y one. So that's cute. Some of that might come in handy. This is really sweet for like a wintry scene. Sorry if I'm flapping about a bit, just opening things out. I just think it's easy to see on a flat lay like this rather than be holding it up in front of my face. But a really nice wintry scene, little houses with snow on and trees, snowflakes, really nice kind of hills and background in different, you know, sort of swirls and different linear patterns. That's that one. This is just the cotton. It's like a, it's not a thick calico, but it's a really nice cotton, and it's got a bit of a natural look to it. It's got some little flecks in there. And then what else have I got? I've also got things like this which are nice as well, where it's like got the canther on it, so that might be nice as a backing for one. I've got loads of bits really. I hope you like looking through fabric. I've got this red gingham, that's really nice. This is a Christmas fabric which is more like, it's kind of like poinsettia, but it's pink and orange, and it's got teal and green in there. That's a pretty one. I thought it'd be nice to just mix a bit of the old with the new, because it makes it feel a bit different, rather than, I do like sort of fabrics like Moda and, you know, all those ones that people do quilting with, but I find, like, because everybody's using them, I quite like to pull from my stash of fabric. So I'm sure, like most of us, we collect a lot of fabric, and then it means you can just pull from what you've got when you need it, and you're not always doing things that are already part of a collection that someone else has designed. You're kind of curating your own things together. This is a nice one as well, gingerbread men baking. I know one of the prompts, I think it's for the week 2, is to do with food, so that might be quite nice for that. Little gingerbread man, cupcakes, mince pie, Christmas pudding, mixing bowl, little Christmas tree. There's all kinds of things on there, and it'll be nice to mix it with using words as well, and, you know, using my own writing. These are nice little bits. It could be nice for backgrounds of the little motifs. Same sort of colours, teal, little dots. They all work really nice together. Like these colours look nice as well, like the gold and teal. This was actually, this fabric was actually from my grandma. So it's Rose and Hubble. When she died, I inherited quite a few bits from her sewing days, which is lovely. I feel like I'm saving them though for something that I, you know, a bit more meaningful. But it's nice to use bits and bobs as you can. I've also got these fabrics. These are from, in the UK we have a shop called Sea Salt, and it's basically all the things are designed in Cornwall. Their head office is in Cornwall. I actually was going to work for Sea Salt years ago when I was a designer, but I wasn't ready to leave London at that point. But these are all really nice. So, you know, they're not Christmassy as such, but the colours, I've pulled out colours that I feel could work if I want them to. I just want to have everything together so that I can pull from, you know, what I've got. I love this one. This is like a baby cord, but I've got another project in mind for that one, so we'll wait and see. This is a beautiful gingham. It's like a linen, lovely colours, nice green linen. This is quite festive as well. It sort of feels like snowflakes, but they're red and pink. It's really vibrant, and it's on like a, say like a charcoal grey background, and then that's leaves in different shades of green on a tealy blue background. The colour palettes that Sea Salt use are really lovely, but I thought all of these, you know, potentials for auditioning when it comes to the right time, but we'll see. That's lovely and vibrant too. But I love all of these. I think they're all you know, great, and because they do a lot of florals, some of these things are great for fussy cutting, using in projects. So like I say, they're not particularly Christmassy, but I just think they're really nice. I've also got, now I did have these in a nice order, but they're now all over the place. All of these bits of Liberty Tana Lawn, you can buy strips like this from Alice Caroline. She's a Liberty Tana Lawn supplier, fabric supplier in the UK. But all of these are potential, again, you know, nice shades of green. All really lovely. So that's those. Got so much stuff. Some more like fat quartery bits that I've got. It's just nice to have them on hand, you know, because you just never know when you might want them. This is it's not particularly Christmassy, but I think this could be cute as well. The little toadstools are quite sweet. Anything like this is nice to sort of cut round and use it as a little fussy cut, and then use it as a little motif or an emblem. We've got that robin fabric again, but in a different colourway. Can you see that? And then this one's nice. I think this is a Lewis and Irene, maybe. But you've got, you know, little gingerbread house, little stockings, Christmas trees, little doves, cute little things. And then this one's like the nutcracker. Again, lovely little things for motifs for cutting out. We've got gingerbread house. I think they're all like hot chocolate, all that sort of thing. Beautiful. Makes you want a hot chocolate. And then this one is a nice candy cane fabric. Again, great for fussy cutting or a background. Got a nice minty gingham there. Bits with text on. Little gingham. More of the similar to the cat one that I showed you. This has got hot chocolates and drinks, little presents, very cute. And then this one's gorgeous for candy cane, not candy canes, for baubles. We've got that as for week 2, prompt 7 is baubles, ornaments, tinsel, snow globe, twinkle lights and fairy lights. That would be a lovely one for that. And then we've got spotties. We've got little gingerbread cookies, like stars, baubles, snowflakes. That one is nice too. Again, little presents. These could all be fussy cut and used. More of their nutcracker. Another colourway of the gingerbread men. Gingerbread men in different outfits. He's only got a belt on. That's interesting, isn't it? These ones have got a scarf. At least they're keeping their feet warm and their hands and their head and their necks. This one is little gingerbread house print. It's lovely. This one is a nice tealy one with red and pink print with green. And that's the kind of plain. It's quite a pinky red, but it's nice. It might come in, I'm not sure. And then we've got these two, a spotty and a heart. A little bit of check in different colourways. Pink, green and white. Let's move those out of the way. Then we've got little candy canes. We've got more spotties. We've got sweeties. That would be a good one as well for the foodie one. And then these are great little things for presents, or it's like the drummer boy. I think that's a Liberty one actually. I've already shown you that one. And then they're kind of candy cane stripes. More gingerbread. Little houses. They're kind of folky, aren't they? I love them. Christmas trees. Little snowmen. More candy canes. It's a nice pink one. What else have we got? Oh, I love this one. This is one that I've had for quite a while. It's a Michael Miller print. Michael Miller, and it's called Holiday Hostess. If you can see that. Holiday Hostess. Lovely. I've made quite a few things with this one. I bought this. I made some presents with that previously. What else have I got? This one is baubles again. One way up, that way. That's very nice. These are just bits of plainish fabric that I probably won't use them for this, to be honest. I've also got, this is something that I started making years ago, and I keep adding to it. It's using the aqua vacuum fabrics, these prints, using English paper piecing, and I started using like all these are from the same little group, but I've not really worked on that since, so I may be able to use that, cut it up, but probably not for this project. And what else have I got? A few other bits. These are more traditional. This is a bit of bunting that I started making years ago, but I might use the fabrics because I've not got any more of these left. But that's really nice mistletoe. We got a nice kind of snowflake, and this one's a nice traditional holly and berries. I do really like them, but I'm not sure. I've got them to hand anyway if I might want to use them. I've also got this, I love this colour. It's a nice sort of turquoisey tealy dot. And then this one is a metallic. This is nice. It's got the deer on it with kind of fireworks and all kinds of things in the background. Not that I think fireworks and deer go together, but that's another story. I've also got this one. I love this. I think I might have a little bit more of this somewhere. This is another one that's nice for baubles. Quite retro. And then this one, which is more baking. Again, that could come in handy. Because we don't know what... We've only had weeks 1 and 2 for the prompts. This is another bauble one. That's nice. Then we've got, this one goes with the Dove fabric that I showed you. It's part of the same range, that one. It's quite folky, but it is quite festive, so that could work. And I've got these little bits here. These are from, you know, you get those panels where you can make like an advent or I don't know, I thought maybe they might come in handy, or elements of them, or like the lettering, the kind of shape of the lettering, all that sort of thing. Quite sweet. So yeah, we'll see, I'm not sure. I've got quite a bit of that anyway. And then I've got more star fabric, these bits here. And that's it really. I've got lots of trims, I've got lots of beads and buttons and all things like that, which I think will be nice. I'll just put these out of the way a minute. Otherwise you get in a mess, don't you? You get so much stuff out. I've got some other bits here that I made. Like, I had some stamps, you know, like festive stamps. And I started to stamp them on fabric because I thought they could make nice tags or something. But again, some of these things could be quite cute. I'd got some fabric. These fabrics were, you know, when you get interior fabric swatches, and it's got like the kind of backed on card or paper. It's using that, but I just thought they're quite nice Christmassy colours. They weren't Christmassy, obviously, they were just fabrics, but I just thought they had quite a nice festive feel to them. So I've got quite a few different things like trees, and then obviously because this has got like a floral background embroidered to it, that one was quite nice because it looks like it's on top of the tree. And there's a star one. There's quite a few different things, but I thought they'd be cute. Like I say, I've got loads of beads. I've got greens, reds, golds, buttons, all sorts coming out my ears. I did buy a few little bits in London when I was there at the weekend. I've got lots of these sort of little hexes that I made up ages ago when I, you know, if I ever have bits of fabric left over, I make little hexes, but these are all Christmassy ones. They'd be quite sweet on there as well. Some are Liberty, some are just other fabrics, but they're all, you know, of those colours. So I pulled those all together for, you know, that's again that sort of gold. But I've got some trim because I think with these sort of things, what's quite nice is when you edge the little squares that you've got, so it gives them a little frame. So I've got that one, which is a nice gold. That one's a nice teal. I've got this one, which is a nice red. And then a bit of green. I have got lots more stuff in my own stash, but I've not pulled that all together yet. But I just wanted to give you a little insight into what I'm planning. yeah, like I said, I've got, you know, beads and all sorts of things all mixed in together. I've got jars and pots of all kinds going on that I can dip into. I've also got these, which are, you know, the beads with the letters on. Again, these colours, particularly this one, I'll just show you. These colours would be really nice, like reds, teals, golds. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting on with that. Let me know if you're joining in as well, and how you're getting on, and what sort of your format is that you're going to do your Advent in. And I'll look forward to sharing with you. I'm going to start working on my week one now, so I'll do a separate video on that so you can keep in touch with what I'm doing. And yeah, we can stitch along together. So that's all for now. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.